Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too. Thanks for tuning in to this encore performance of Watch Me Work live stream number 4. In this live stream, some of the work that I was doing was looking for spam comments that had been submitted through a form. There's over 32,000 that came in through this one particular extension on a client site. I was hoping to hunt and peck and get the spam out and keep the legitimate ones, but it was just not possible, so I ended up emptying the table. But if you want to see that process, which I had to edit quite a bit because of problems along the way, then you'll see that at the beginning of the video. After that, I set that client up on RECAPTCHA. Then I play around with some of the alert settings on StreamLabs OBS streaming software. And then moving on to some pretty cool stuff, putting some regular expressions in Regular Labs ReReplacer, and you'll want to check that out because that is some pretty cool stuff. After that, talk a little bit about the dangers of perfectionism for some people, and then some Twitch heads showed up and started chatting. Anyways, if there's something specific you're looking for, check the description of this video, click on the time code, it'll take you directly there. If you're looking to something to listen to, just to hang out while you're working, listen to the recording, then here it comes. Brought to you by Since we've done so much of that in the last couple of weeks, I'm going to start out with this getting rid of the Viagra spam and other stuff that is inside site of one of my clients. So, and also just to show you, I do have the new StreamLabs software running, StreamLabs OBS, and I mentioned this yesterday when it failed to start for the Maintenance Money live stream, that here is a little remote now on my phone, and I can change scenes right from the phone here. Check this out. I can go, which one will we go to here? Get this out of the way. We'll go to the full screen. See which one this one is. Oh, that's just capturing my full screen. Here, that's changing that, and that's looks like it's for, might be YouTube chat. It's still a little bit messy. I still need to set it up. Let's check this one out here. There we go. That's the screen capture with me down the corner, or I can go back to full screen. So it makes it a little bit easier because I'm an old guy, and you know, I've got the grandpa glasses happening, and when it comes time to switching screens, I often have to lean over here, look at the second screen, and try to read what it is. So I actually have some nice bigger buttons, and in a little while I'm going to try putting that app on the old Samsung tablet that I have. Oh, look at that. That's a cool shot. That should be a thumbnail someday. Here. Anyways, shiny things, they distract me. What was I saying? Oh, I'm going to try to put that on here. I'm hoping that we'll actually get more buttons to this larger screen instead of bigger buttons, although even bigger buttons would be great. So much stuff to play around with, and you know, the tough balance between nerding out and working on stuff for clients that are actually paying money, or working for yourself that may pay money down the road. Anyways, so let's get started. That means that I can go over here, and I think this is the one that I want right here. Check it out. Yeah, that's the one I want. It has escaped me. Cornerstone Gospel Church, that's right. And this is a Joomla site. It's a pastor in our denomination, a friend of mine, someone that I know from conferences and have talked to online, and he has a Joomla site, so I'm hosting it, and I'm not sure, maybe got jammed up on an update or something some time ago, but anyways, helped sort things out, and I'm hosting, and I was actually checking out an extension that will handle putting sermons online, sermon recordings, and I actually ended up talking to excuse me, Mary from Webby Design about this too, because she's got a church that was looking for something. So we're talking a little bit about different extensions that are available. So I thought I'd go on and check out this site and check out the extension they have running on their site and see if it's something that I can use for another church that I'm quoting for a site. Now, you'll notice there that they have admin as the username. I haven't I haven't fixed that for them yet, but I will now that I've just broadcast that all over the place. So here we are in the back end of a site, and we're going to go to components and sermon speaker. So when I was in here looking around to see, no, maybe it's in Preachit. Oh, there we go. Okay, I was confused. I didn't realize that he had both on here. So now we can go to comments. Gotcha. Well, that'll be a fun thing to edit out later on before I put this on YouTube. All right, so as you'll see here, here's a comment. And over when we look at what the comment is, we see stuff about auto insurance and .xyz domain. Basically, you know the drill. Robots are going through, they're submitting comments on sermons or submitting comments in forums on whatever the site is, and they put in these links, and it is a pain. So as we look at this list here that I have finally found, we can scroll down the bottom. We see that we have 20 per page here. We have 1,414 pages times 20. That's 28, and I'm doing bad math again. 28. That's just doubling it. 28,000 it looks like comments on here. That is a lot. I don't think Marty got that many comments on his sermons. Now, that's a lot to deal with. There's a couple of things we could do to play around with. We could begin to search for, what would we search for? Let's try the user there. There's the usernames. Let's search for Superman. Not going to do too much of this because this is really not taking us anywhere. See, you're just limited. You probably, I don't know what this search is, but it's not the message title. We could basically go and just, a person could manually check each of these, but that's not going to be very effective. Let me just get my chat going here. Hey, Peter, and hello, Marissa. Hey, stay tuned. I'm going to show you something very quick. Some father-daughter connecting time there on Twitch. That's good to see. That's what the internet is for, is drawing families closer together. I think it works that way all the time. Anyway, so I could just go through and check each one of these that are spam and delete them, and we could always change more views per page here. But I'm just going to go right into the table for this account, for this Joomla database, and do some searching. And now that Peter is here, he's going to help me very quickly come up with a code that I usually have to Google. Anyway, so on the other screen here, let me just log on to my server so I can go into this C panel for this account. Okay, and we'll go there, and we list the accounts, and we go to Cornerstone. There we go. There's their C panel right there, and I think that's okay for everybody to see the information. Yep, that's nothing there that they couldn't figure out themselves. Okay, so we're going to go into phpMyAdmin. And then there is the database that we're going to go into. And now I just have to find out which one of these tables it is. Now, it could be easily figured out by just looking Preachit. It's probably Preachit in the name. But I'm going to search for auto insurance as one character, and that'll come up really easy. So I'll go search for the database. Search for AUTO, auto, I-N-S-U-R-A-N, auto insurance. At least one. I'll select them all. We'll go. And we're going to find out very quickly as we scroll down. It's in Jom PI Comments. Jom PI Comics. Huh. Okay. That is, so Jom is the beginning of his table. Great. Okay. Jom PI Comics. So let's browse that table. Oh, actually, I'm going to put it down at the bottom. I'm going to do it over here. Jom PI Comics. Jom Comments. Just go back to the top here. PI comments. There we go. So let's browse that. And then we see here's all lots of stuff. Now look, here's some legit comments from Jim and Hilda Erb, and different addresses there. I'll blur this out later on, but these other comments are not going to be good. For instance, porn and unfortunate things that somebody has put there. So parental guidance advised for whatever might show up. That looks like that's all that there is in one of these. So if I look in edit to this this one here, I wanted to see if they save IPs or anything like that. No, because you could block, you could filter by that. So basically we're looking for a bunch of common stuff in this table. So let's do, thank you. I guess maybe I should have gone to bed earlier last night. Delete from John comment text. Like. "96 rows, delete it." All right, now we're cooking with gas. All right, so hopefully this spam has a lot more stuff in it that will be, oh, in fact, comment text. Let's block out anything with HTTP in it. All right, so we go SQL. We can go Control V, and we'll get rid of anything that has HTTP in it. All right, now we're going to get into the rhythm here. 32,266 rows. That was a good one. Let's just refresh over here. I don't see those real people at the top there. Well, it doesn't look like there is so much happening there now. So I think at this point I will just wipe out the table, because we seem to not have any legitimate ones left, which is okay. I know they're going to be okay with that. So that means we're just going to find PI comments and go down here to PI comments, PI comments, and we're going to empty that field. Yes. Refresh. Okay, I was hoping to do more hunting and pecking, but it doesn't look like there's too many comments there anyway, so. Yeah, I know it was a lot of work just to empty the table. My thought was that I was going to, if he had some legitimate comments in there, I might be able to find something really common in what was submitted, and then delete those and still keep the legitimate ones. But that was a big loss. So yeah, that was a lot of work just to do that. But there you go. We knew sometimes watching me work was not going to be exciting. The next exciting part is this. I'm going to set up RECAPTCHA on this site for him. RECAPTCHA. So on the other screen here, I'm just going to search for, I just typically find it by going RECAPTCHA and then going to their page. And then I just click on my RECAPTCHA. Now normally I'm going to do this on the other screen just in case I have user information that pops up. No, it doesn't look like it's going to. So normally what I do is I try to get people's Gmail accounts for them so that I can set up their API for RECAPTCHA right on the on their own account, because it should go with them and stay with their business. But in this case, I'm going to do it on my site, because especially with RECAPTCHA, because RECAPTCHA is easy. Because RECAPTCHA is easy to set up again, and you can actually do it on a couple of different. You can set up key. Google will let you set up an API for a domain across different accounts. So I haven't run into problems with that. Hi, Mary. The docs on Sermon Speaker suggest Dropbox will work. Have you tried that combo yet? You installed Sermon Distributor, but have not done much more than that. No, I haven't. I haven't done that. And what I found out, Mary, from just working away on this site, is that he's been using Preachit because it had the comments in that. So I haven't done much more from what we were talking about. So I'm going to set him up with RECAPTCHA 2 here. And I just have to put in the domain of his site. So I'm going to copy the domain and paste that in. I don't need the HTTPS, but what I'll do is he's got Cornerstone Gospel Church. And just in case the URLs ever get changed, we'll go for that. And accept the terms of service. And I have a sneeze coming. We'll see what. Just made it to the mute button. We've had the windows closed in our house for 2 days now because the air quality up here is the worst it can get on the scale is 10 plus. And that's what we were at yesterday because of the forest fires here in British Columbia. All right, so I'm going to register. And Google won't let you have more than 5, eh? Because I've got more than 5 set up there. I can always delete some if I run into problems. I just really think that businesses and people should have everything together, because if I get hit by a bus and they need to go and make changes and it's something that is locked into my account that they can't change or do, then that's not really fair to them. But this is something that hasn't been a problem. All right, so next I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to go to Extensions, Manage Plugins. I'm going to search for RECAPTCHA. I'm just going to CAP. And there it is, CAPTCHA RECAPTCHA. So it's version 2. Version 1 does not work anymore. Google will not allow that to work anymore. So I put in the site key from this screen here and the secret key. Not much of a secret doing it here. And I will enable that, and I will go save and close. Next, I'm going to go to System Global Configuration, and I don't walk in front of buses either, but sometimes they sneak up on you. Default CAPTCHA, we will do CAPTCHA RECAPTCHA, save and close. And then I will go back to components, Ninja buses. Yeah. What was I going to do here? Oh, go back to Preachit. And I think we're going to go to control panel. And now we just need to find somewhere. I wonder if it's advanced. Let's see. Advanced folders, Bible, books, Bible versions, media players, sharing extensions. Let's go to comments. No, is it in options? It is in options. YouTube API key. That's something interesting to look into. Autofill, default folders, form field settings. Oh, you're wearing your Regular Labs hoodie. Excellent. It is too warm here yet for that. Preachit options. CAPTCHA. Okay, here we go. So it's in comment systems. CAPTCHA. I select CAPTCHA RECAPTCHA. And now when we go back to this sermon on his site, if I refresh, there's the CAPTCHA RECAPTCHA, and we have thwarted the Viagra bots, as according to the thumbnail for this. So a little bit rough beginning at the start there, but I can edit that out before I put it on YouTube. And anyways, we cleaned up those comments. We ended up having to just delete everything. There wasn't anything to rescue, although I think there were a couple legitimate ones that I accidentally deleted. But anyways, no big deal. And I did check with Marty before, and he gave me permission to do this. So it's all fixed up and working nice. And that is good. All right. How warm is it there? But yeah, if it's warm, you must have air conditioning on in the house or something like that. Or perhaps maybe you have no body fat. I've never seen you, so who knows? Maybe you need to keep stuff warm the whole time that you were out and about? Oh, both. Okay. All right, so I'm going to save and close this, and now we'll get on to, oh, here, let me show you this next thing here that I have set up. And I can change this to full screen webcam. And get this out of the way, get this out of the way. All right, so I'm using StreamLabs OBS. So I don't know the relationship. I think OBS, Open Broadcast Software, is must be open source. But company StreamLabs is using it, has gotten it, and now they're using it. They offer it for free. And there's a whole bunch of cool things that you can set up, and I have been working on them. And here is one. You saw one when John Mulholt came online. But here we go. Oh, yeah, John Mulholt just says he followed. Great. Here is what happens. Let me just get this out of the way here. When someone follows me on Twitch. Where are we here? Right here. Should make a sound soon. Hopefully. No. Is this making a sound anywhere? Of course, like I said, I'm just setting this up. Let's try changing this screen here. Maybe I can make it do it here. There we go. Did that show up on the screen? Yes. So basically I've got some things to sort out, but now when people follow, this will, I think this will also go off if someone, yeah, there's another one. Now I've got to turn it off. I think it will also go off if someone subscribes on YouTube. And as you know, yesterday I reached 1,000 subscribers, and today I have, yes, that's Paul Andrews is subscribed. Okay, we got that turned off. It might still make some more noise. Anyways, I'm working on setting this up because I actually have some screens that will show how many people are online right now. Don't worry, that sound is going to stop soon. What program, what file am I looking for here? Not that. I'm looking for this. And yeah, that will stop soon, like I said. Okay, while that's stopping, let's head on over to my CyberSalt site, and we will start doing some of that crazy re-replacing that I told you about. Yeah, that's you. Okay, so components, ReReplacer. I also have to go into Skype where I have all this stuff posted from talking with Peter last night. I figure I would just copy and paste here. So here's the deal that we've been working on. In this particular gentleman's, oh, that's not working, devotionals and commentaries and musings, we saw that in each of the articles, I add a ReReplacer tag. This is the point where we're at right now, because I was using a ReReplacer tag, and I insert code that puts in this Google AdSense ad, and then another one, and then I have the signature down at the bottom of this article. And what that looks like in the article is this as it opens up. What's this last one called? Luck. Let's search for luck. L-U-C-K. It wasn't for bad luck. And so what I do is, have been doing, just for the benefit of everyone who's watching this for the first time to pick up the sequence of things, is down in the article I put this tag, square bracket GBWL. I put that manually in there, and then I put GBWR, that tag, manually, just kind of eyeballing where I want these ads to appear on the page here, so they're not jammed together, touching each other, and it's just something very manual I do. Now, one of the disadvantages of this method for me as far as workload goes is that when I embed articles with this code in a newsletter and ACY mailing, the code itself, the little tags, do not get processed. And so what I had to do was always, in the newsletter, just before it was ready to send out, go through and manually remove those. So Peter has shown me a way to use regular expressions in Regular Labs ReReplacer to count number of characters before putting in a code, or to count a number of ending paragraph tags before putting in a code, and also how to put something in at the end of an article. So here's another ReReplacer tag way down here at the bottom. You can't zoom on live streams. I haven't found a way yet. Anyways, then that replaces the signature or the footer at the end of the article. So using a regular expression, we can now, instead of having a tag at the end, a ReReplacer tag, I can now put something in that looks for the end of the article and then places it in, which is great because I would like to add things at the bottom of my articles, but oftentimes it's a module position that you have to assign those things to. And so, for instance, I think this Facebook commenting box is in one of those. It's well down below these ads. Now I can move things around, but then still you've got the created by and tags and things. And what I've just have always thought it would be really nice. Oh, I can zoom with the browser with Control -+. Okay. I'll give that a try. But I've always just thought it'd be really nice to just have it at the very bottom of the text, right where the people's eyes are, to read and see the next thing. And we can now do that. Control+. In fact, okay, let's try that here. Control+. Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's the signature there. Okay, cool. And do I have a slider bar down at the bottom here to... Oh, it's wrapping. Oh, that's very nice. There you go. All this free help a dumb guy gets while he's working online. What a wonderful world we live in. All right, so there's the tag at the bottom. And now Control... Get this back to where I'm used to it. That'll be a good tip to know as I'm getting older and older. And I did know that, I just never use that and forget about it. All right, so that's Control-0. Wow. Hey, Marissa, are you gonna grow up and be as smart as your dad, or do you think you're already as smart as your dad? It might go 50-50 on that. You never know. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this right now. Smarter. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, you're going to be smarter. You're not smarter now. Okay. That's okay, so almost. All right, so let's go to ReReplacer, and this here, we're already here. Let's take a look at this first ad, which is, well, I always put in GBWL. This, as you'll see in the description, Google ad wrapped by content body. All right, and it's left aligned. So when I go in and edit this, right now it searches for the tag GBWL with square brackets on both sides. So let me just show you the first thing that we have happening here. And I'll paste this regular expression in. And instead of searching for that, we're going to search for this regular expression. Now, Control. There we go. Oh, that's great. All right, so this is not part of the regular expression. That's part of our chat last night. So what this code does, and I realize in a little while I'm going to have to remove that code from all my articles. So what this searches for is, it looks for the first 1,000 characters. And that includes, let me just open, wow, look how big that is. Wow. Okay, so it looks for the first 1,000 characters in the code. And that includes the image characters, all right? So it's not just counting text. Image style, margin left, 10px, float right, and then the name of the images. So it looks for the first 1,000 characters, and then it continues to search until, or it looks for the next closing paragraph mark. And then it looks to see if there's 500 characters after that point that it finds. And if there are 500 characters after, it will put in this code. Now the reason that we're looking, and the reason that I want 500 characters at the end, in this case, or to have that ability, is that some of the content that I'm going to be using this code on are just simple quotes. So I might only have 250 characters in that quote on that whole page in the article. So I don't want an ad put in at the end. Or there may be, if there's 1,000 and if there's 1,100 characters, I don't want the ad messing up at the very end. So by using this regular expression, I can now do this. Let's save it. And this is going to mess things up for a bit, but that's okay because it's my site. We'll fix it. We go back to this. Let's see. The cache save because I'm using Cache Cleaner. Let's go Control-0. Put that back. Now, right now, we've got this ad here under I stopped. Let's see where 1,000 characters in. There's 1,000 characters. I put the ad way in down there. Or is it? I don't think the ads showed up. I think that is, let's just save and close this. Oh, use regular expressions. I did not check that. Aha. Solve my, yes. Oh, look, Peter just typed that. Beat ya. All right, let's save that. And now we'll go back and refresh. There might not be 1,000 characters in here for it to happen. Scroll up. No, let's do this. Let's change that to just for fun, for tests here, because this, everybody, if you're using this, you're going to have to modify it. Oh, and the other thing too is that we need to do this right away. Is under publishing assignments, we need to go down to Joomla content and select that we want it to include it in articles. No. Page types. No. Include, type in here, articles. Single articles. Also, because this is for one particular person, I have to go into categories and include it in this category there. All right. And in fact, I think I just saw something else I need to uncheck down here, because this is only to do it in categories. Let's see. No, page types, only articles. I don't want it on categories. I think that's right. If that's right, just tell me, Peter, or wrong. All right, now let's go back here and refresh to see what it does in the first 100. No. Look at that, I got some kind of... Oh, there's the ad there. Okay. The ad is getting put in the top left corner, not down in the article. Okay. Needs to be set to search area article. Okay, so content wrapped by. This is the one we're changing here. And it needs to be searched to, needs to be set to search area article. Oh, search area. Oh, okay. Enable an area, search area, articles. Articles and categories then. Is that what, search, enable and category? No. Enable and title? No, not we're going to have any that long. Enable an author? No. And enable and feeds? No. Enable and so I'm just turning all that off. Is that correct? Okay. So great. All right. Now let's refresh that page. I like that cache cleaner so much. Okay, and look at that. Now that's not surprising that it put it right at the top there. Because I only put 100. And now that tag GWBL is not there. So why don't I change this code to 400 and see what we get. Oh, and you know what? There's something else I'm missing too, right, Peter? Is there in the replace, this got to, down here I have to put what it finds the first 400 of, right? And that was /1. All right, so /1. So basically, oh, /1 and then /2 at the end. All right, yeah, I remember that. So /2. So basically, and I guess it doesn't matter if I space it, so just for us to look at this here. Basically, what this is saying is look 400 characters, find the next paragraph, closing tag, make sure there's 500 characters after, and then replace it with everything that you found before, which is this here. Hey, Vinny. And then replace everything you found after here with the 2, and in between replacing that tag. So Vinny, you missed so far you missed, you know, sort of a, not a super exciting or thrilling thing of, watching a tutorial on YubiKey. Great. Anyway, so I did already remove that comment spam. That was sort of a bit of a mishmash and debacle. And now we're using a regular expression in ReReplacer to place the ads in the article like we've been working on the last couple of weeks. Instead of using the tag, which is still right there right now, we're using this regular expression, which is in this case, find the count 400 characters, which includes this CSS, it includes the HTML, look for the next closing paragraph mark, and then make sure there's 500 characters afterwards. Hey, Marissa, see you later. Thanks for tuning in. And and if it finds 400 characters, a paragraph mark, and then inserts and 500 after, it will insert this tag here. So I've just been breaking a few things here, and there's some other setup stuff that you can see on the replay here. Now when I refresh this, yeah, I know, that's okay. Someday when you're as smart as your dad, you can stay up as late as you want. All right, and then here we go. There is the ad, and it is placed in there nicely. Now, I have sort of, and then the other ad is still replaced down here. Welteroosten. Something about a rooster is my guess. Have a good sleep until the rooster wakes you up. Welterooster. Have a good sleep till the rooster wakes you up. Okay, good night. So the other option that we have here And I'm just going to look at what we've got here from my text last night. Was that if we want to count paragraph marks, then we can use this text here, this regular. All right, so we can do this. No, that's not. I copied and pasted the same thing, didn't I? Control copy. Okay, this one right here. Now, if I use this new handy dandy, what this code does here is before we were counting characters, here it will count paragraph marks. So count, find whatever, just whatever there is, look for paragraph marks, closing paragraph marks, closing paragraph tags. After the third one, continue on with what's that? I guess as long as there's still another. Oh, as long as there's still another paragraph later on, go ahead and replace with this code here, which is really nice for me because if I go back to this view of that article, I typically would count about 3 paragraphs, just eyeballing it. So I could find a number that's pretty good. But as it works out before the read more, because I want these 3 paragraphs to wrap nicely around the picture, and then I want the article down below. So I usually have 3 as a rule until I see the read more, which is great. Which, oh my goodness, mind blown. We could use ReReplacer to count 4 paragraphs and then put in a read more on every single article that there is in Joomla there. Oh, that would be great. I love consistency in formatting of things. Anyway, so let's say I don't want the ad to appear for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 here, and then there's 9. So there's 9 paragraph marks, and that's where I usually put the tag, just eyeballing it. So let's change the code back here to 10. We'll put an ad after 10 paragraph closes. And then we'll go back here and refresh. And now something disappeared. The picture disappeared. That's okay. What did I do wrong here? What's different? Oh, can someone remind me? Okay, let's try this again. Okay, first of all, I got to figure out how to make Regular Labs a moderator. How do I do that? Manage moderation settings. I don't want to do that there because I close it. And open a new tab over here. That's not it. And I will look at the Skype chat in just a second. Man, all your messages got deleted. Okay, I got you. Anyways, all right. I'll figure that out. Maybe Hio will come in here and remind me how to do that. Still an issue with that last. Okay. Oh, so we need a few more brackets in there. Okay. Peter has sent me the proper code here. So I'm guessing what's different there is there's a bracket. An extra bracket. So these two are paired. So it's looking at everything all together. All right, I won't even pretend to try to figure that out. I mean, I understand that some things, I understand how brackets nested work. So now here we go. And there we go. And 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 paragraph marks. And there's the ad. That is so great. Now, we have this other ad here, which is pretty close. So you know what? I'm going to change this to do 8 paragraphs. I'm going to change that to do 8. And save that. And I guess basically if you're going to use this method on your site, you're going to be tweaking just exactly how it is that you want it to work and to look. Okay, that moves it up a little bit more. So that's great. The top view, I can see the picture. That's it. I scroll down. There's an ad. And then we go down and there's another ad. So now for this second ad, we can do the same thing. So let's see. This is 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 after. So we could do 25. Okay, you want to make sure there are like 4 paragraphs after it. Okay. That doesn't have the extra. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Trying to. There we go. Select that. All right. So this code here, we will change that. Control V. Switch this to 8. So this regular expression is looking at whatever, counting for 8 paragraphs. Once it's found closing paragraph tags. Once it's found that, then it will, it looks to see if there's at least 4 more tags afterwards. Okay, 4 more closing paragraph tags after that, and if so, replace what you find before and after and put this ad in the middle. So that will work without a change here. So now what I want to do is put this second ad in with some kind of logic. And so that second ad is named, let's save and close that for now. I will paste all of these codes somewhere. I don't know if I can, I'm not sure I can put them in the description of the video. Maybe I will put them on the Basic Joomla site and I'll put a link in the description. And that might not happen until this ends up on YouTube in a couple days. But if you want it sooner, I will send it to you. So, okay, and so here's the second. No, that's not the second one. That's for centering. That's a different one. This is the Google body wrap, right? So now what I want to do is duplicate those settings that we had before, which I could just make a copy of the other one, but let's do this. We need to have them in the Joomla content type. We want it on the page types, include it in archive in single articles, and in this case it's for James Snyder. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use this code on all of my jokes. I have thousands of jokes on this page and on my site, and some of them are long enough for these ads. So I'm really hoping to gain a little bit of increase in my AdSense from displaying more ad displays. I've just never had a way to go through, except for manually, to go through all those pages and embed this code in there. So, yeah, Snyder. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go to the search areas, and I'm going to tell it to search in articles and categories, not in the category, not in the title, not in the author, not in the feed, so just only the titles. Okay, and there's only before that. You already seen the page type under categories, so you can keep the main page styles assignment to ignore. If you want to make sure you are already setting the page type under categories. Oh, okay. So you can keep the main page type assignment to ignore. Are you saying that I can just ignore this down here since I'm setting it in the other one? Okay, yeah, so you are under assignments. Okay, so I don't need that one. I can just set that to ignore. Categories I do want to stay assigned. Okay, I gotcha. Search areas, and then details up here using regular expressions. And okay, so next, what do I want to do? I think I counted like, do I want to count 13 paragraphs and see if there's 4? That's probably okay. Because this counts 8. So if I were to do 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then have space for another 8, let's try that. Take this code, copy. I'm going to use the same code, only this time I'm going to tell it to count 10, 18, another 10. Let's say 24. See how that looks. And I want to make sure there's at least 4 paragraph, the closing paragraph tags at the end, so that I don't have this add jammed down on top of this signature. I don't want the signature wrapping. I always want that by itself. So we've saved that. So let's refresh. There's the first add. Oh, don't forget the 1 and 2. Okay. Thank you. /1. /2. Save. There we go. Because all that did was remove what would have been there. Not replace what it found anyways. Okay, let's see. There's the first add. No second add. Now it might be because this might be a situation where it doesn't count. So let's tell it to search 20. Well, that's what I just think. Maybe I don't have 28 paragraphs. And that's why I need to, that's why I just need to tweak and get to know what's happening or where things go on this when he writes. And of course, there's always going to be things that don't fit in. No. Let's see. I think there is 28. We'll just count them right here. We know that's 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 8. Maybe it's close to that. Maybe it's... let's just try something here. Let's just do this as 18. We'll take another 4 off. Oh, yeah, you said 12 there. Okay. Okay. Refresh. That did not do it, so let's double check what we got here. We'll go to we'll go 12, like you suggested, just in case it's that. But yeah, I think There's something not quite working there. Refresh the page. No. Okay, something's not working. All right, so regular expression is switched on. Yes, you do. I mean, it's always possible that that second ad is not displaying for some reason. So let me put in just a line of 6s here. See if that shows up. And we'll refresh that page. No 6s, so something else. Something's going on there. All right, well, good. We broke something. Unless I've missed setting something. Let's put that back the way that it goes. Switch this back to, I'll leave that at 12 for now for example. Disable assignments. Okay. You mean you disable a category here. Okay. Let's save that. And scroll down. Oh, yeah. Well, there's a space there for, okay. So what did we do differently? In the last one where it worked, under assignments, I had, we did page types, include, single article, and include in the category penman. And that's where you mentioned to take that out. So let's go save. Let's leave that in there. Just for an experiment. We'll refresh that. Oh, the category wasn't selected? I thought that I had, but that's probably the case. All right, so how many do I want to move this down here? I want to move it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then leave 4, 1, 2, 3, 12. So we'll move that down 12 more. We'll go back to 24. Save. Yeah, I guess the category wasn't selected. I thought I had saved it, but maybe I accidentally unselected it. Oh, well, okay. An error between the keyboard and the seat. All right, so now we're going to refresh this. And I've got the first ad there. Nice. And I've got the second ad here. Oh, way down at the bottom. A little too far. So I'm going to bump it up 2 more for now. I know I can always adjust this later on. I know it's called Watch Me Work, but it's not Watch Me Work monotonously. Now the cool thing is that I know that in a few places I have this text GWBL, this ReReplacer tag. I've put it in some long sermon illustrations. I've put it in some long jokes. And so I'm going to find and replace all this now, or I'm just going to remove this in DB Replacer throughout the whole site, because I can now employ this ReReplacer regular expression here. While we're in here, though, I do want to change one thing, and that will be this. We'll save and close. Now we're going to put the footer in at the bottom before I go and do that finding and replacing. And that ReReplacer is here, and I called it James Snyder signature. And the code to do that I have right here to paste. And it is this. Control V, I'll paste that. Basically, look for everything, I'm guessing. And look just at the end of everything. Go to the end of everything and paste this in. Nope. Okay, you type what it is. Are you saying that's, oh, that's just for placing it at the end, right? Oh, search for one character that is before the end. Okay. Okay, that's, yeah. You have the right words. Okay, so Control O, 0. And we need to do the same thing. So this is a regular expression. This is where to search is going to be enable in the enable in I'll find it here. Where to search articles and categories, but no, don't search in categories, the category descriptions. All right, and don't need any of that there. Okay. And we're going to go down, and the category that we want to include that in is penman. And we only want it, there we go. Don't want on categories there. So we're skipping page type there. We go save, we go over here, and we will go refresh. And that signature should be right at the end together with the old tag. Beautiful, a thing of beauty. And I did not see, now I didn't put that /1 in, but it doesn't seem to have made a difference here. Am I right? I don't think that there's anything missing. I can put it in just to be careful, but it seemed to work. Save. And oh, still do it as it can be at the last of a paragraph mark. Okay. The other thing that I can do on this software is get the chat to come up on here on the screen for us to see, because the chat recording gets lost on the YouTube rerun or encore performance of calling it, but I just have not set that up yet. So if you're watching this on the YouTube replay and you're wondering why the heck there's not the chat is not on there, I will make a note of that. I'll make a note of it in the intro in the next one too. All right, so what is left for me to do here? I have to remove this signature, and I have to, oh yeah, Peter, putting in that slash basically did move that down to its own line as opposed to putting it inside the closing paragraph mark. Okay, and jamming it right up against it. So you were right, not surprisingly. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go to up here, save and close that. Go to Components, DB Replacer, and I'm going to look in Content, and I want to find everywhere that SnideSig appears, that square bracket SnideSig appears, and I'm going to replace it with nothing. I'm going to search. Found it in one row. Well, that's not right. If it wasn't for bad luck. Is that the only one I had it in? That's not possible, is it? I thought it was in way more. I maybe messed up on that. Well, let's just test one other thing here. Let's, instead of snide sig, let's do Google body wrap left. That's a note from my son. I guess I only have that signature placed in one. All right, well, we'll see. Here I have Google Body Wrap in 392 rows. Google Body Wrap left, 392 rows. And replace all of those. Yes. Okay. And as that gets replaced, I will get ready up here to put in Google Body Wrap right. And that's search. And that's going to be in 184 rows. Okay. We'll just have to watch to see what's happening with that. And let's do this. SNY snide sig. I think that's what it was, right? Snide sig. Only one. Huh? Well, I messed up somehow, but that's okay. It's all working out. We'll replace that. Now when we are going to clean the cache and refresh, and there's the signature, there's the ad, and there's the ad. Now I know that I still have some of these articles that have different signatures in them that I've not found and replaced yet, because I figured you guys are getting pretty bored of me watching me do that. But as things show up, I'll just be able to tidy things up and make them better. But I'm going to be able to go ahead right now. In fact, let's make let's go back to here, components, Regular Labs DB ReReplacer. So this particular one here is what puts the ad in. And I'll have to update the descriptions to remind myself. But after 8 paragraph marks. So I'm going to save this as a copy. And I'm going to just go up here to Inspiration Illustrations. And we will now go to Life Change. Let's see. See how long this is. Nope. Let's click on next. That's a short one. There's one with, I don't know how many paragraph marks that will have. I'm looking for a long illustration to test out for this ad to appear. That's only like 4 paragraphs. And that's not very big either. Huh. There's a long one. Great. Okay, so mom's child rights, parent rights. All right, so I'm going to, I save this as a copy. And then, where do I see the name that showed up as a copy, that I know that it's a copy? I wonder, is that a thing, Peter? GBN. There's the newest one that was made there, but it doesn't say copy when I made it. So that was what I was kind of looking for to change, to edit the title right away. So that's probably That's probably a thing, right? So I'm going to go into that new one because it's got the highest article. It's got the highest ID. And I'm going to go into that. And I'm going to give it the name first ad illustrations. I don't even know if I have to assign this one just to a category, because these are just ads. I think Google and AdSense will sort out the source of them, but just in case, just for now, I'm going to do that. I'll look into it later. First ad. Now all I have to do is go back to the publishing assignments and uncheck God's Penman as the category, and I will select illustrations. I will save that, and now I can just go here and I can go refresh, and there's that ad. That is a thing of beauty. And obviously these are all line breaks here because the ad came in so far down. That is great. Just I don't know how many more ad impressions that's going to give me, but just to be able to do that and add that to thousands of pages at once just by putting that code in is going to be great. It's been a long time since I set up in AdSense any channels or tracking, and so I don't know. It used to create a position, an ad position or something, and you would say this belongs to such and such a URL or give it a name, and then later on you could check back, later on you could check back and see which URL your income was coming from or which ad group it was. But I've not paid attention to that stuff a lot. I've kind of gotten away from AdSense. I just leave it running on the site here, simply because I've been doing so many other things, and the revenue's dropped off for me since I'm not adding a lot of content to the site. And when I stopped sending out my newsletter daily, I went to twice a week. That dropped off some money as well. But now this is so great because I don't have to manually do things, and that will be. That's going to be really, really great. The question is this enough paragraph marks to put the second ad on? Probably not in this case, but I might have even longer illustrations that it will work. So right now I'm just going to do that one last time. So let's close that. And then what I will do is go to this one that I'm going to duplicate. And I'm going to give it the name this time so it doesn't get named copy of. Title, illustrations 2. Illustrations 2. And I will go to the assignment and I will change that, go illustration, so illustration, and that I will save as a copy. I've already changed the name, so it's not going to get lost anyways. And now, if I go back and refresh this, I do not think the second ad is going to appear on there. The first one, no, there's not enough. But here's an example where now I can put a footer at the end of these articles and just say, would you like to receive an illustration twice a week? Sign up for the Cybersalt Digest and a link, and everyone who reads to the bottom, at the point, if they say, hey, this was great, I might actually get more subscribers because that's something that's dropped off too, because I just don't work this site like I should. So let's check a few more articles here to see. There's a short one. Another short one. Let's try to find a long one here. Wow, lots of short ones. Woohoo. Super short. Wow. I could make the pictures a bit bigger on these, I guess, these shorties. Hey, there's a funny story. This picture of a police car, let's go back. This picture of a police car in a rear view mirror, I actually took that in Wetaskiwin, Alberta, when I got pulled over for going through a school zone. We were there in Alberta on a conference and didn't know the neighborhood, and I wasn't like speeding, but you know, school zones are pretty slow, and I didn't see it, or it was a playground zone. Anyways, I got pulled over, so while he was writing me the ticket, I was sitting there in the rental car with me and another pastor and his wife in the back. I took out my camera, and I thought this would be a good picture for the website to use sometime, because I did not have good access to free pictures, which I do now. I can show you those sites that I use. Anyway, so I took that picture. And it's pretty okay for me. Here's how long is this? There's see, now there's a case where the ad still did wrap into the bottom, but you know what? I'm just going to live with that. I could change that. See, based on the. Okay, let me just save and close this. Based on that replacing of that first ad, here's what's happening in that example. That's this one here, illustrations 1. It counted 8 paragraphs, and it looked to see if there was 4 more paragraphs, and there were 4 more paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could go in and I could change this article if I wanted, and I could take out the paragraph mark at the end of use with permission, and then the comment include this copyright notice. That would make it 1, 2, 3, and the ad would not show up. But you know, at some point you've got to give in on these things. So this is going to be a great way for me to go through and tidy up different pages and just see what happens. It may be too that I decide later on to abandon having 4 paragraph marks after the end and just go with 2, but it's just no, that one's not long enough for an ad. That one doesn't. Oh, that has, those are earrings. Here's one with an ad, and these are paragraph marks here. Oh, probably paragraph marks after these dashes as well. Cool. All right, well, this is really nice because now I have those regular expressions that are just going to continue to burn through my site and replace things as I need to, putting many more ads on there, and I can add them to other categories. Okay, let's get out my handy dandy little remote here, and I think that I have something that does have chat on here. Let's see. No, almost. What do I click on here? I'll get better at this too. Maybe it's this screen. Nope. Nope. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's close to that. Oh, by the way, so this shows, this is one thing I do have set up, not on all screens. It shows that there's 6 people watching right now. There's no one on YouTube Live because I'm not on live. That will show viewer count. There, that's kind of interesting there. Let's check this out. Viewer count. It says, hi, folks. Oh, wait, viewer count? No. Let's see here. have to click through these things here and see which box that is. So let's see here. There it is. No, it's not that one. Text. Huh. Viewer count. I'll figure this thing out later on. But I do have Twitch chat somewhere here. I believe. Oh, that one was called browser. There we go. I think that will show the chat. Hey, hi-oh, how you doing? If I type in that, yeah, it shows up. Okay. Glad to catch you, man. 12. That is cool. I'm not... yeah, I've got those screens showing 6. Oh, there's chat right there. Wow. That's pretty cool. Now, how did that happen? Why is that showing up there? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, let's chat and hang out for a little while. And if you don't mind, I'll play around with these settings too to see what we can get happening. I wonder if this... Oh, their chat box. Okay. That was it right there. So for instance, if I move this box over to there, and that will show up there. Okay, great, Peter. I thought that you would probably do that as soon as you saw that. You fix it. Excellent. And look at this chat that's happening here. Okay, so now hopefully I don't lose you here. I'm just going to go and change the setting for this chat box here. No, that's not what I do. Go to widget settings. So hi-oh, I'm using StreamLabs OBS. Do you know about StreamLabs OBS? And let's see. Oh, I think I just fixed that right there. Save settings. Go back to editor. I think I have it so that chat will stay back on. So we will just have to try something if it shows up on the bottom. Hello again. Okay. Anyways, no. So instead of OBS, StreamLabs OBS. I was wondering just if you were aware of it as a program. Because what I can turn this off now. And I can change this a little bit. And just change this as a screen on it as it happens. Now, as far as the size goes, I'll have to figure out how I can make this longer because right now it wants to keep it square. Anyways, so I was showing earlier that so I switched from OBS to StreamLabs OBS. It's got a ton of gaming skins and stuff like that. But you can also hook up your cell phone to it as a remote for changing scenes. So, for instance, right now, yes, it is. StreamLabs OBS is different, but it's still OBS. In fact, so a couple of cool things about StreamLabs OBS is that it's free, so I think they're continuing to use the open source base of it. But when I opened it, when I installed it, it imported all my settings from OBS Also, when it also saves all of your stuff to their cloud, all of your transitions and little videos and settings. So you could come to my house, log in into your account on my computer, and all your stuff would be there. You don't have to have it all over. Nightbot 6. What's Nightbot 6? Oh, Nightbot. Okay, so what's Nightbot? Your account and browser, Twitch. I'm just going to try to take off that other viewer account thing there. Credits, event list. Nope. Jar, Twitch alert. There we go. That one has gone off. Oh, your chat moderator. Yeah. I think that yeah, I'll have to check that. I haven't set that up either, although they do have some things in there for setting up trivia and things. Yeah, I think so. Let me just open that in a new tab here and check that out. Maybe I have seen it. Sign in with, log in with that. And check over here. I also have I have an alert box set up as well. Basic Joomla tutorials, YouTube. I have an alert box set up when someone subscribes. It goes bing bong on the screen. Boy, I have such a mess of stuff here. Yeah, okay, chat box. Let's go to that. Go to the widget settings because that font looks kind of tiny to me. Always show message. Save settings. Go back to editor. Now I believe that font is going to be bigger. Bigger font. There we go. Yeah, so the alert thing, let me just show you how that works. Go down here. When someone follows, something comes up on the screen, or is supposed to come up on the screen. It didn't. Okay. Yeah, I'm on the Nightbot page there, so I will check that out. So many things to learn, so many things to nerd out on, so little money being paid to do that. We'll sort it out a little bit at a time. Okay, so what else is happening, everybody? Anybody have something they want to mention or chat about? Oh, Hio, can you remind me, how do I make someone a moderator? I have forgotten how to do that. I was trying earlier. Click on the name. And I guess it'll help if I click on a name other than mine, right? Yeah. Oh, duh. There you go. Hit the lightning bolt. Great. All right. Nightbot. I will look up at how to add Nightbot to StreamLabs OBS. And I'll tidy up a bunch of these things here. It's sort of my style, you know. I get trying some things. I think that's good enough. That'll work. I'll fix it up as I go along. Because, man, I'll tell you, I read something yesterday about how perfectionism is... they didn't say a crutch. They didn't say it was mental illness. Maybe it was a defense or a safety mechanism. It was trying to introduce a level of security that a person feels comfortable with. Now I'm not saying that people who like things perfect or work really hard to get all the details sorted out are mentally ill or anything like that. But I think there are some people who struggle with. Hey, okay, Peter. Thanks for all that help, man, and thanks for the those expressions. That's really made a difference. I will catch you later. So people that like things super, there are some people that are enclosed in a castle of perfection. They will not rest or give themselves permission to enjoy life or to feel good about something unless they think they have done everything. And even though that's admirable to have things done really well, yes, oh yeah, and I think and that's why I say there's two sides of it. There is wanting to have things better than the status quo, especially when people are doing a lot of lazy stuff or aren't trying. And then there's the extreme though, where people have they don't accept themselves. They're not happy with themselves. They feel they need to perform to have value. That's it. So, for instance, a minor example would be my best friend from growing up as a kid and from school. We would get tests back in public school, and I remember him getting a test and looking at it, and it was like he was crestfallen. He was just totally destroyed by it, and I thought, oh man, he must have done terrible. I had gotten about like 73 or 75%. I was thrilled. And he had only gotten in the high 80s, and he was destroyed. So I want my doctor to be scoring in the 90th percentile or the 99th or perfect, and other things like that. Hello. But I don't. But as far as being in the place of devastation and not being able to relax or enjoy life, then perfectionism, I guess like anything to extreme, can be crippling for people. But I do like things that are done well. And I have to agree with you there, Peter. And I see that in a lot of what you do on your site, because you for a long time have inspired me by how great and organized and together your business is. And I'm trying to be more and more like that. So yes, so perfectionism can be a crutch, but perfection, striving for perfection, the best that you can do is excellent and honoring. Wizzy Joomla is a website content management system. So when you install it and set it up, it's template, but you can have a template in place, and then you get to the point where you are just installing articles or a calendar or getting your content online, and without having to learn all of the coding of PHP and HTML although that helps along the way with some things you want to do. Hey, Waxy Belta is now following. Thank you, Waxy Belta. That is great. And that alert worked. Woohoo! So Joomla's a content management system for building websites. And so here on the channel, on Twitch, I've been just working and hanging out with people and getting help and being shown how to do some things I don't know how to do, and showing others the same thing as well. So that is great. You look like you have an extra chromosome. Which extra? Do I have a degree? Can I eat root on Joomla? I do not know what eating root is. Do I have a degree in software development? Do I have anything like that? No, I'm self-taught, self-learned, staying up at night in... Winnie07, thank you for following. That is great. No, I've just learned over the years staying up late, and actually, which is why I like Joomla, because all of my sites beforehand that I did with Dreamweaver were boxy and just tables, and that was well before mobile phones and responsive templates and that. So I don't have to learn that stuff, and it allows me to get my content on, and it also allows me to build sites for other people that would struggle even to do stuff at the level that I do things at. So, a high standard degree in that. Okay, cool. Yeah. If I could be a fish, what fish would I be? Okay. Well, there you go. 15 online right now. That is great. I'm all for it. And I guess the normal stuff happens when people are popping in. Pufferfish. Okay. I guess I would not want to be a fish, but if I had to be a fish, I would want to be a fish that is somewhere high up on the food chain. We have killer whales out here off the left coast of Canada, and they are enjoying the fish. So being a fish does not really appeal to me at all. It's not a mammal. Yes, no, I would not want to be a, yeah, they call it a blackfish. Is a killer whale a fish? Probably not. I should know because they swim past my place all the time. I mean, a couple thousand feet away from the water. It's not a fish because it doesn't have any gills, of course, so it's a whale. Yep. Yeah, catch one and open up. We actually are down to 75 from the resident killer whales that are here. We also have transient whales that go through. And Tazo, thanks for following. Yes, it is technically a series of dolphin. It's a big dolphin. It's a killer dolphin. But anyways, yeah, so we're down to 75 out here. We have another type of killer whale that comes through there called transient. And that we call them transient killer whales, and they eat seals. But the local killer whales only eat salmon. They haven't figured out that seals are tasty yet. So, what's the topic? Fish and whales. Well, you caught us just at the end of a live stream here, looking at doing a number of things on Joomla, the content management soft system. We looked at how to put footers at the end of every article on web pages, and early on we were removing spam from spam bots that were in a form on the website, and we set up RECAPTCHA so that it blocks that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, all right. Well, it looks like there's not anything else left to talk about Joomla-wise, and so I'm going to wrap that up. So thanks everybody for your support of this channel. The encore presentation, this will be on the Basic Joomla Tutorials channel on YouTube in a couple of days, and we'll just keep plugging away, working on things that there are to do. So, as always, guys, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.